Maria de la Cruz's test is the only stage from 2019 that will be run in its usual format this year, but with a slightly later start and an additional section at the end, which brings the length up to 28 kilometers, making this the longest stage of the rally. Lots of rhythm changes, fast at the beginning and ending with a technical downhill section. Thierry Neuville famously crashing out here 4 years ago. A nice stage to come then, and the fans, as always, here in South America are out in force.
They've got to be careful how they start here. It's on a corner with the hybrid boost. They get that 10 seconds, visor down to the sun. They get that 10 seconds of hybrid boost, but as soon as they basically touch the brakes or anything, they lose it. So they just don't want to be blasting off the start line when it's on a corner. They much prefer a start line on a straight so they can use it all, so they have to be careful. Right, Alberto Heller, replay. We've got a little bit of a moment coming up. Another one, another half spin. Oh, we've gone all the way around this time. Yeah. We had a half spin in the first stage this morning. It's very loose. First car on the road. It's extremely loose. But look how loose it is. Look at all that. It's just so, and it's uphill. Lots of wheel spin. Really demanding. Climbs up, then it descends at the end. It's quite a wide road as well. We've spun here.
Whoa!
We've spun here, yeah. Now we're going, are we turning around or have we already turned around? I think we've already turned around. So here's the replay. That's the same corner. Is it the same? No, it's not, no. Oh, we actually clipped the inside. We didn't spin on the loose, we clipped the inside.
Yeah, I think it's all proving just how slippery it is out there. Yeah, just a reminder there, it is returning to the championship. First time was back in 2019, the 32nd country to host a WRC round. And it's great to be back here, of course, in South America. It's the first time since 2019 we've been back in this part of the world, so obviously since the pre-pandemic times, and it's wonderful to be back. It just gives us a reminder of the passion of the fans out in the stages, the wonderful views, and we're getting to see a bit more of the views as well. You mentioned the time of year, but we had a lot of cloud and fog at times, didn't we? But it's been clear blue skies all weekend. And
so, yeah,
and all the Toyotas have gone the same way, haven't they? Katsuta with 5 and Rovanperä with 5. Evans carrying the extra spare, but all of those Yaris's running with soft tyres, as you can see from that graphic on the left of your screen.
But Elvin's made much more of his package than Calais has.
Well, Calais sort of admitted that, you know, it was too optimistic, wasn't it, that they could obviously get in that performance, but they were all talking about how abrasive this last stage was, so it could
also Calais further up the road. Look at the slide. That's a mega slide.
It's a good recovery,
yeah,
actually.
Great recovery.
And then that back into the next corner. Oh, look at that, every inch of the corner.
That looked great.
Oh, no, it's
down.
a puncher.
It is down, yeah.
Oh, so obviously that's where he dipped it off the edge, and that's that big slide.
I think maybe before that looks like that looks more than.
I thought that left.
I just noticed the mud flap was missing. Mud flaps were missing because the tyres flapping around. So yeah, it's like a that's going to start to do a lot of damage. He needs to slow down because the rear wheel arch on these cars is really kind of vulnerable. So he needs to really slow down. Remember, they're all saying
to the most abrasive stage.
Yes, most abrasive stage they've done.
But this is the last stage of the loop, so they'll be heading back to the Concepcion Service Park.
Hang about. Oh, we've got two. We've got a double rear. We've got a double rear. Oh my word! What tyres were on the rear of that? Was it softs?
Yeah, you had hards on the front, I think.
Softs on the back, wasn't it? So yeah, we've just run out of tyres. I don't know whether we've got the same thing with Katsuta on the right rear. I'm not sure. Yes, we're now down by 7.8, but...
Is that tired? It's hard to see with the dust, isn't it?
It's really, really hard to see. The bodywork is a bit smashed.
I think there is
coming off the rim?
I think there is a problem on that right rear.
Yeah, is it coming off the rim? Look at how the dust is different on the right-hand side of the car to the left-hand side of the car.
I think he's got the same problem.
Yeah. It's so hard to see.
But there's clear bodywork damage
There's
there on that right rear corner.
and the mud flap. So is that flapping around?
Oh, and you can look at the time. Look at the time drop there. You can see from the split degradation. Yeah, all the Toyotas, reminder, that are running with all soft compound package, so it's going to be, they're all going to have the same issue.
Oh, we've actually just run out of road a little bit there. It's part of the strategy, it's part of the game. And I think it's so intriguing of who can manage it best. And when we talked about it before, tyre management, managing the tyres, whenever we see them, they're absolutely like on the limit all over the place. And then it happens, boom, right near the end of the stage.
Those tyres, unbelievable. What was it like driving through there?
Yeah, it's my word, it's unbelievable. It's okay, we change tyres now.
It's an ambitious tactic. Kalle admitted it himself, didn't he, in the previous stage, that it was optimistic, I think was his words.
I think he's you know, I think we're going to make it through. We're going to be the first car.
He's actually now slower than Munster. He is by 3.1 seconds. And Munster had a spin in here, Julian.
Yes, that's true.
Wow. I mean,
but he hasn't dropped 30-40 like Taka.
Split time Kalle to Thierry Neuville after 22 kilometres. Thierry 24.4 seconds quicker. This could be a rally-defining stage in here, and it's all down to tyre tactics, tyre preservation, whatever you want to call it. And just, I guess, the unknown quantity of not knowing what these stages are going to be like at this time of year.
Well, so stages not knowing what they're like. When we last came here 4 years ago, we weren't in Rally 1 cars. We were on a different tyre manufacturer.
Teemu Sunninen, what's he got on the car?
3 hards and 1 soft. The soft on the rear right.
So he could make some gains in here as well. Is that rattling? Oh, let's look at that tyre. That's a good job of survival.
Well done.
Good job of survival.
29.
Kalle, looking at those tyres, that must have been a massive challenge in there.
Yeah, I think we are lucky even to be here. So a big mistake with the tyre choice.
How could you make that mistake? What led you to make that decision?
Good question. There is many reasons why we thought that it should be better. For sure, we knew that the last stage of the loop, this one will be rough for the tires, but we didn't expect it to be that high tire wear.
Well, very honest assessment there from our championship leader.
Yeah, Tanak is the only driver who has the opportunity and the option to run 4 hard tyres.
What's interesting for me here, Julian, is the pace of Elfyn Evans. Remember, he's only got soft compound tyres.
And he's
20.5 seconds up on his teammate in the championship rival after 15.7 kilometres. So Elfyn doing a terrific job in here, but is it a big risk as well?
It could be a big risk, but it depends on your driving styles as well, you know.
It's a monster run from Thierry Neuville, 35.6 seconds.
I just saw something flick out the back of Elvin's car. I don't know what it was, maybe a bit of debris or something.
Keep an eye on this next split then. He was 8 tenths up at 25 kilometres. He's going down. Are those tyres starting to give way? Yeah. These are dramatic moments in the rally outcome here. Neuville, Rovanperä tiptoed his way through. Evans has now got to survive another couple of kilometres on soft tyres that are starting to give way. We've seen it already in here.
Harshly, they've got it wrong. It's so rare we say that about Toyota. But let's see, that's down. That's run out of rubber.
I mean, you could see from the split times they were going for it, weren't they? Just to see if they could survive. It was looking good. 8 tenths up on Thierry after 22 kilometres. 7.5 down now after 25. Just over 25. Next split coming up very
shortly. I think both are. When you look at the angle of the car, I think both are. Yeah, both
Here's
are
a look
down.
at this split now. 25.9 seconds.
He's still up on Rovanperä, but only just. Rovanperä might just take a few seconds. Both rears are run out, basically.
As you said earlier as well, they've got to be careful. Don't want to damage the suspension if they give way completely. just got to tiptoe their way through these last couple of kilometres now.
We've not had a stage like this for years.
Goodness.
Where we've had worn tyres, but actually the drivers just kind of just mismanaging it, you know what I mean? The conditions, everything. I don't know whether, definitely that one has gone. The right rear is definitely now completely fallen to pieces. We're actually going to be slower than Rovanperä now. We've hemorrhaged some time to Rovanperä.
Oh, goodness me, what a stage.
Someone said at the end of the last stage, let's look at the loop. Let's look at the loop. He dropped some time in the previous one.
Yeah, that's confirmation of those tyres.
We have different tactics to the others. Let's see after the loop.
So soft on the rear right. We'll just keep an eye on that one. Let's see Sinonen over line. This is the time compared to Thierry. He still holds the benchmark. So 8.1 second drop to his teammates. 29
to Evans, 56 to Robin. Unless he makes a stupid mistake, he's got a podium.
Okay, then, the rally leader, as you can see, looking good on the splits. Yesterday, he was one of only I think maybe the only driver, certainly one of very few, who kind of took a bit of a risk yesterday and took all softs. He went the other way around yesterday afternoon.
This is what I was saying
saving
yesterday.
Some of these hards, yeah.
But no, it wasn't necessarily about the saving. It was making sure you got the best road position for today. But also, yes, you did save some hards because they haven't got as many hards. They've got 12 hards. But it was get yourself into that position and potentially makes the tyre choice a bit simpler.
Yeah.
Because if you're the last car, you would potentially have more choices to use the hard tyre than this combination of soft hards or softs if you're running near the front. For me, it made your choice a little bit simpler.
Well done, everyone at M Sport. They've got their tactics spot on where others have unfortunately not in this one. He is going to have a nice, healthy lead if he can keep this up. It's going to be the best part of half a minute, if not more. And M Sport, who've had a really rotten run of luck in the last few rallies, but it is looking really, really strong for them in Chile. 7.6 seconds quicker than the chasing pack. Confirmation, as you can see on the left of your screen, we now have a top 5 of Tanak with a 47.8 second lead over Sinonen. Neuville now third, Evans slips to 4th, Rovanperä still 5th.
Manufacturers' Championship-wise, Toyota needed to outscore Honda by 13 points.
Still alive.
Turned that on its head.
Still alive.
It is strategically brilliant. Fastest through by 7 seconds. Your lead is now more than 47 seconds. Well done.
Thank you. Who else was doing well?
Well, everyone on softs was doing terribly, I can tell you that. But you're 7 seconds faster than Neuville. Neuville was second fastest.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, I could see all the road was full of Pirelli rubber, so yeah, it's difficult. I guess you can have whatever compound, but you know, this kind of surface is a killer. So for sure. Let's say in the morning I was not sure that. Or yesterday I was not sure that 2 softs in the boot, you know, is a correct choice. We should have 6 hard, and then I see that others are going 6 soft. Then I thought that, yeah, ideas were quite opposite, but okay.
What a stage that was, as we all take a breath and try and absorb what we've just witnessed. This was the stage result then. Ott Tanak, 7.6 up on Thierry Neuville. Teemu Sinonen just behind his teammate, but dropped 8 seconds there. Gregoire Munster in 4th place, with Kalle Rovanperä nursing those soft tyres through. The big losers in there. Elfyn Evans slower than Sami Pairi, dropping a lot of time with those tyres finally giving way. And this is what it's done. The leaderboard flipped on its head again. Ott Tanak now 47.8 seconds up on Sinonen. Thierry Neuville up to 3rd. Elfyn Evans slipping to 4th, but he's still 27.9 up on Kalle Rovanperä.